So joining us now to discuss is MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor. Michael, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So I am curious what you think, not only about the pretty dramatic pullback we've seen in the price of Bitcoin since that peak earlier this month, but also what you think about continuing to add to your pile. Why doing so right now made sense.
Well, you know, it's not volatile to an investor with a 1 to 4 year time frame because it's boringly spectacular for the past decade. It's up 200% or more, pretty much on average every year for 10 years running. It's volatile for traders, but traders like volatility. So they're getting the volatility they like. It's attracting a lot of capital in the asset class. I think it's having a stellar year, and 2021 is going to be really good for Bitcoin.
Michael, it's Guy. Thanks for being here. You know, typically I would say you have to be a rocket scientist from MIT to understand this, but you happen to be exactly that. So I'm going to ask you this question. You're basically, first of all, I admire your temerity. I admire your passion about this. I truly do. And obviously it's reflected in your stock price. But how do the employees of the company feel about this? Because this is a huge bet in a lot of ways on the future of your company.
Well, you know, when Google and Facebook and Amazon and Apple came out and they launched their digital networks, and when the internet came along and it was a new digital network for information, people weren't quite sure if they should embrace them. But I think 30 years later, companies that know how to use the internet and know how to work with Apple and Google and Facebook and social networks are the leading edge companies, and they're winning. Our employees are pretty delighted that we're pioneers in commercializing and integrating with this digital monetary network, because this is going to be the future.
And so I'm not going to ask you to play, you know, stock market as we typically do, but what's the best case scenario for the price of Bitcoin? Like, what are you looking for? What are you planning? Because I would imagine at some point this has to come up on the earnings call, which I believe is within a week or so from now.
Well, look, I mean, Bitcoin's a digital monetary network, and the asset itself is the technically superior asset. It's the ideal institutional safe haven asset. So what's the future? The future is to flip gold. It's going to replace gold, and then after it replaces gold, it's going to become the monetary index that replaces stock indexes like the S&P 500, the Dow, the bond indexes, and the like. Because people that want to store their money, they want a safe haven store of value over the next 10 to 30 years, are going to be attracted to a digital asset that has no inflation in it.
Yeah, and I think you yourself in the past have basically said that your P&L is a software company, your balance sheet is invested in Bitcoin, though. That being said, the stock is moving. Whichever way Bitcoin goes on a daily basis, the stock is moving right along with it. It's almost become a stock market proxy for crypto. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, corporations everywhere in the world that are cash rich, they're looking at their cash and they're saying cash is a liability. They have to find an asset that's going to appreciate faster than the rate of monetary expansion. So I think what you're going to see this year is corporations are going to embrace Bitcoin either on their balance sheet like we have, because it converts a liability into an asset, or they're going to do what Square and PayPal and Grayscale have done, and they're going to build Bitcoin into their products and services, because you're talking about them all the time. Their stocks are going up. Grayscale's from 2 billion to 20 billion in assets under management in 12 months. There's a reason why. They have differentiated their products and their services with a big tech monetary network that's exploding at 200% a year. I think it's going to continue for the decade. And, you know, everybody with cash has that opportunity. So I think our employees are delighted. Our shareholders are delighted. And I think you're going to see an avalanche of new companies do the same thing, either on their balance sheet or on their P&L.
Michael, again, I'm a huge admirer of what you guys and gals are doing there. So my next question would be, though, just to sort of, again, try to take the other side.
How is it going, everybody? All right, let's get this started. Where is my computer volume, desktop volume? Let's make sure I'm not blowing this out of proportion. So, how's it going, everyone? Hold on, let me double check this. Ooh, cool. I just got a new microphone and I haven't actually tested on live stream, so. Ooh. This is cool. All right, sorry. So, how's it going, everyone? Skylar here. This live stream is going to be a little bit different, and I'm gonna try to blow through this as quick as possible, and kind of just talk about some projects I've been putting money into, and I need to change the thumbnail. Actually, I'm not sure. Actually, it's probably changed by the time most people watch this, but I'm actually throwing like 60% of what my original thumbnail is, about 15-ish thousand. I actually already have big chunks of these projects already. I'm just adding to them. My risky alt bags did really well, and so, at any rate, we'll get into that. But anyways, if you're new to this channel, just know I do streams every single Sunday, and I do stream sometimes throughout the week. I post videos. I have, I teach crypto for beginners. So like, if you want to learn how to use Uniswap, what are NFTs, what's DeFi, what's the best cryptocurrency wallet, but best exchange, what is Bitcoin, all that sort of stuff. I kind of go over on my, on my YouTube channel. And then also, oh, by the way, super appreciate everyone who has subscribed in the last week, all you guys. Seeing faces to my users like really helped me out, that I always need to be super responsible and not be all these YouTubers with 100,000 plus are always talking about being millionaires, buying every coin. It's super frustrating. But also on my Twitter, just know if you ever need anything, if you ever contact me via DM, I'm always on my Twitter. But yeah, let's kind of get into it. But first of all, so let's just kind of talk about where everything is at right now. Now, I've made a video talking about most all these, actually every single one of these projects I've made a video on. And I think last year, a couple of these were still on it, and they've done significant in that time. But it's interesting when talking about cryptocurrency, because normally if you 2x your money, that should be significant, right? And I think every project we're talking about, if you don't at least 2x your money, then I feel like I have failed you, right? But I'm expecting it to do significantly higher than that. In fact, since I originally started talking about these projects, right, I went heavy into Ethereum at $89, and that wasn't too long ago. It wasn't years ago. It was a year and a half ago. I don't know. It wasn't that long ago. Polkadot, we just talked about Polkadot back in August, and I'm actually going over the projects we're going to talk about today. But at any rate, Bitcoin's price could drop down to 20K. In fact, if you look at the charts, where is its support? Has pretty heavy at the like 20,000 range, has pretty heavy at the 23,000 range, a little bit at the 26, and pretty significant around the price range where it's at right now. I mean, I'm not really a TA guy, but as you see, we're forming a very obvious descending triangle. So TA says, this is essentially a bearish signal, right? But I'm not really here to do TA or anything like that. But whatever the price ends up being is irrelevant, I guess. What I'm trying to say is, because in the long run, if you're thinking about turning a profit or whatever in the next couple of weeks, right? Crypto's so crazy, you guys. You could gain and lose 40, 50, 60%, a lot of these cryptocurrencies. But the ones I'm going to talk about today, I think are very responsible. If you're going to be gambling, right? So just understand, anytime you're throwing money to anything, doesn't matter what it is, guys, stocks or, gold's a very safe bet, that you're not going to lose 50% of its money. It's a very safe bet that gold will maintain its value. It's not a safe bet that the United States dollar will maintain its value, right? In the last 100 years, it's lost 98% of its value, and we have hyperinflated it in the last 50, right? So in 100 years, we will lose over 99% of the current dollar value. So this is why people like Bitcoin, right? And now we're going to get into this heavy of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin actually is my number one choice, always. I'm always going to, if people always say, what crypto should I get into? I don't know why I make a dumb voice. I apologize about that. Most people are like, I don't like it when people ask me those questions. What in my mind, they're like, what can I do just to make money right away? And I'm like, you know what? Probably the S&P 5. You just throw something safe. You know, I'm sure the S&P, even if it crashes, it's going to keep going. Like, I don't know what you want from me. But I believe all these projects have great technology. I think they're going to do well in the future. I believe in what they're actually doing, and they've done very well, right? So Bitcoin, I'm always going to recommend, just to let you know, is my number one pick as every coin I'm ever going to pick. At $1 million, you're going to like 28x it right now, right? At $1 million a coin, I mean, the market cap, if it matches gold, that's what people think. It's going to match gold. That's 28x-ish. Gold's $10 trillion right now, by the way. It was 9 trillion last year, 8 trillion the year before, 7 trillion the year before. As much, you know, we just keep printing money, and money's just irrelevant, right? That number value. I can't wait till we get to the time where it's not like one Bitcoin is $1 million. It's what is this to one Bitcoin, you know? We're a long ways from that, but anyways, I believe it's the safest bet. And even if Bitcoin does drop down to, you know, 20,000 or whatever, I think it will eventually be over 100K. And I think that's my low end bullish target by this bull run, is the 50 to 100K level. And I believe that's very moderate. Then again, Bitcoin went down to 3K after hitting 20,000, right? So, and now it's a 10x from that. So just understand, Bitcoin's volatile, right? Every year it's gone up over 100% since it's been created, year over year. So, you know, even with the dips and everything like that. Anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin would for sure be my number one. But since everyone knows about Bitcoin, I'm actually not adding that as a part of my 5. So my number one would actually be Ethereum. So I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as possible. I made a video, so you know, if you go to my channel, watch this video right here. I actually go through these products in detail. But Ethereum is my biggest alt bag right now, and currently it's you know, it's like $60 away from its all-time high. I think it was like 14. I think it was actually 1490 or 1480. Ethereum all-time high. It was like 4 years ago. 1440, 1448. So yeah, we're really close to that all-time high, and if it does push past that all-time high, like, you know, every coin that does hit its, every coin we're talking about, by the way, when it hit its all-time high, it just pushes, heck, you know, significantly after that. So if you're gambling into alts, Ethereum would be my safest bet, and the biggest reason is a lot of really skilled programmers behind it, one thing, but the biggest thing is most of all of the coins that are out there in existence, I'm talking about like 80 or 90% of the coins out in existence, are all built off of Ethereum. So Ethereum is, you know, is mostly used when it comes to, you know, kind of like how Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, it's built off of the internet, right? Ethereum is kind of like the internet, a layer on the internet, and all these applications are built off of Ethereum, sort of thing. You can kind of look at it that way. So, but if Ethereum hits, you know, gold's market cap, for instance, that's like an $8,000 or $9,000 Ethereum, and I that's my like bull target is gold. I do think it's going to hit 2,000 by the end of the year. And that's my very, very low end, right? I actually do think it's going to hit the 4,000 or 5,000, 6,000 range, and my bull target is 8 to 10 in this bull run, and I'm hoping we hit those high targets, right? But you know, make sure you plan everything out for the low. As long as you, whatever your financial goals are, if you can hit it on the low, then, you know, yeah, we can all plan for you know, Bitcoin 30xing tomorrow, right? But anyways, yeah, I think Ethereum and Bitcoin are the two safest bets. Bitcoin on being an all crypto, and Ethereum when it comes to altcoins. Polkadot. So, by the way, I post all of my trades on my Twitter. Not all of them, but the ones I'm pretty confident about. And actually, when I posted stake, I was like, I'm gonna start posting all my stuff in this thread. And then the next one was my worst trade I've ever done. Every other coin's though, great. This is the only one. It's like at $1 right now, but every other one, right? See Polkadot. Let's see, 481, a little under $5. And obviously it's $18, right? And that was less than 6 months ago. So it's funny in the crypto world when people are like, what are the, and think like, oh yeah, you made, 60% gains in stock year over year. That's fantastic. Anything over like 15, 20 is like, whoa, good freaking A, dude. If you can duplicate that every single year. But I feel like in crypto, it's like, dude, if I don't double at least double, it's like, what's the even point? I'm like the worst freaking, but I didn't have, it's like I have 50 grand to throw in or 100 grand to throw into this and become a millionaire tomorrow, right? I actually started with a few hundred many years ago, and then all of a sudden, I feel uncomfortable saying, even this video, I'm pretty sure people that know me are gonna be like, oh wow, look at this risky little gambler throwing this money and just know what the heck he's doing. A lot of people I know are weird about crypto. They're just like, and I don't know what to say. I just like, I understand their concerns, and I can't like spend hours educating people. So it's just like, all right, if you want to learn more, you can Google it and like learn more, or you can listen to, Peter Schiff's, podcasts, or however you're getting your information. Sorry, I'm ranting. Polkadot though is my so Bitcoin and Ethereum. Look at their market caps. By the way, the coin's irrelevant. Who cares about the coins? People forget in crypto. Actually, if you're in crypto, you know this. But in stocks, it's not like you have to have 32 grand. I had a buddy that was like, I just want to buy one Bitcoin. I can't get any Bitcoin, and it's not like I have 32 grand. I'm like, dude, you have 1,200 in crypto right now. You can convert that to Bitcoin right now and just have Satoshi. He just didn't realize that. Luxo had a huge increase in planning to get into that, but wait for the pullback. Do you think any thoughts? Dude, I'm so bullish on Luxo. When it comes to altcoins, outside of these 5, actually, it's my most bullish project. I'm actually going to talk about that project today. I have to leave in 2 minutes to go somewhere. My wife is she's always patient with me, but I feel really bad. I started this stream way too late. But yeah, Luxo, I'll talk about that in a second. After these, but very bullish on Luxo, holy moly. But yeah, look at their market caps. This is what really matters. This is 156 billion, and Bitcoin's a little under 600 billion in market cap. So we go to Polkadot, we're at 17 billion, right? So in order to get to the market caps of Ethereum levels, I'm just saying, like, Polkadot and Chainlink, these next 2 projects, they have it's a lot easier for these 2 projects to get up to 2x, 3x, 4x than it would be Ethereum or Bitcoin. Now, Polkadot and Chainlink are the 2 that I think can be in the range of Ethereum's market cap levels. So Polkadot connects all blockchains together, and this is a bad example, but to layman it down or whatever, it'd be like one person has a Hotmail and one person has a Gmail, and you couldn't send emails to one another because they're built on different built on different software. So Polkadot kind of likens it to it is the internet, I guess, and now you just build it on that, and now that's not actually accurate. At any rate, it just connects all blockchains together so that you can build off one another and have certain talk cross-chain and whatnot. But check out Soar. I will check out Soar in a little bit. I feel like I know that project actually. But anyways, the creator Gavin Wood, he also helped write code for Ethereum. People actually say Gavin Wood's a better programmer than Vitalik Buterin, who actually is the head honcho behind. Obviously, there's no CEOs, right? But the main voice behind Ethereum. I think Polkadot this is a project I'm most excited about, probably when it comes to like for sure solid gains. Chainlink would be my second when it comes to those gambling, right? If I throw 10k into Chainlink, I think I'll make more than if I throw 10k into Bitcoin, right? And I could be wrong. So far this year, now I'm right. A week and a half ago I was wrong, right? So who just knows at the end of the year. But I have big goals, and I'm kind of I'm gonna hit them. I don't have any doubt in my mind, and I'm gonna I think these two are my, sorry, I'm clicking back and forth super quick, but I think these two are might be my safest vehicle with gambling. I'm not saying that right. But Chainlink is an Oracle solution. So Chainlink essentially takes off-chains, like say, I need to get a better example than gambling, because everyone thinks that Bitcoin's and crypto is all about gambling and stuff. But, let's say I was betting on a sports game, right? And me and a friend put in like $1,000 into a smart contract, and that smart contract pulled information from one source, and it just so happened that one source is wrong. And now the money gets paid out to the wrong person, and there's nothing, so Chainlink just provides accurate information. Oracle solutions, just Google that if you don't know what it is. But Chainlink pretty much dominates the market, like 80-90% of the entire market's under Chainlink. And if you go to if this is, by the way, CoinGecko that I'm at, CoinGecko that I'm on right now. That's where I find all my coins or whatever. But if you click Oracle on there, it'll actually give you all the Oracle solutions, and as you see, nothing even comes close to Chainlink. Although I do like some of these projects, right, like UMA or anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, now these next two are interesting in that I'm just watching them, and we'll see, but I'm pretty confident that they're going to do very, very well in 2021. So Cardano, holy moly. I actually haven't even looked at what crypto prices today. I gave myself a day off. So a lot of these prices, I'm like, holy crap, it pumped. But so Cardano is interesting in that it's a competitor to Ethereum, right? Market cap 156 billion, Cardano market cap of 10 billion. Charles Hoskins he was also on Ethereum. He was helping build Ethereum, and then he left and started building Cardano. And in his words, he just says that Cardano is more. They take the time, they write the code out in paper, they get it proved, and then they actually takes the time to build the code out and stuff like that. Where Ethereum, they say, oh, Ethereum just tries stuff out, and then once they fail, they try something else, try something else. Oh, that works, let's try that. We'll try it until it fails. Okay, now we gotta try something else. And he just says it's very wasteful, and so who knows what'll end up happening. But the reason why I'm really excited about Cardano now, I mean, I've been a long holder. I've been a holder for years with Cardano. Big time holder in the 3-cent range, by the way. And guys, look at this. A lot of people forget how crazy crypto is. Let's just take 1 year. You guys, it was 2 cents back in, what was this, March? It was 2 cents in March. Now it's 35 cents. So, well, it's already done a freaking 15x. And it's probably not good to get into it now, right? Right? I understand that mentality as well. So, but they're built. Their next, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name. Not Shelly, not. Anyways, they're launching their next phase. This is really gonna bother me. I'm blanking on the name of it, but it launches in March, and essentially what that phase does is it allows Cardano to have smart contracts. So nobody's been able to build on Cardano, but in March they will be able to. So now people actually be able to build where they've been, but Ethereum, they've been able to build on Ethereum since 2017, and who knows if their smart contracts even work, right? So we just gotta see what happens. So I'm actually holding on to this, and we're gonna see what happens in March, April, May. And if it ends up being horrible, then So I probably should have been careful on mentioning this coin, but. So yeah, I would say I think this coin's gonna do very well. I do follow people that hate this project though. This project I'm so conflicted about. People I respect on both sides and people I don't like on both sides hate and love this project. It's very interesting. A lot of people are like, Charles doesn't even know how to code. It's like, well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't have to be pro in it. Like, if you know what needs to get done and you can find the right people, right? Anyways, and the last one I want to talk about is synthetics, and it makes me happy. 1748. What's its all-time high? It's gotta be close. Where's its all-time high? All-time high was 1702. So it's hitting its all-time high right now. Oh, that's funny. Synthetics essentially is taking on the derivative market, and it's a $2 billion coin. So this one I'm like, geez, I don't even know, but let's just Google this, guys. How big is the mother F freaking derivative market? Derivative market. Let's look at some like infographics. People like compare it to rice or something. Look at this. Okay, look. Wait. Anyways, yeah, you get the picture. Money supply, world GDP, all of stocks and bonds and everything put together, and then derivatives. All right. Here's another one. So a lot of people think that the derivative market is in the quadrillion, like 1.2 quadrillion. That's a lot. Oh my gosh, they updated this. Oh, I'm making a video on this graphic. But yeah, this shows how the money supply, right? So look how small Bitcoin is, right? But let's scroll down. This is how big Bitcoin is. Military spending, budget supply. There's Fed's balance sheet. Look, there's gold. Fortune 500 companies. There's stock markets. This is the world's money supply. This is global debt. This is real estate. We haven't hit derivatives yet. This is global wealth. Oh, here comes derivatives. That's a ton, you guys. Sorry, I make sound effects apparently. So, yeah, the low estimate's about 558 trillion. I mean, where's the line? The high-end estimate is a little over $2 quadrillion in derivatives. Anyway, so the funny thing is what all a derivative is, in case you don't know, is just an asset that derives value from another asset. So it was originally created for like farmers and people to lock in pricing. That way they don't have to rely off the markets at that time, because at that time everyone's going to have a ton of. Anyways, it was originally made for a less sadistic purpose, and then then it turned into something horrible. And a lot of people blame derivatives on the 2008 crash, which I think it definitely did play a massive part in it, probably the majority of the reason why. Warren Buffett called them weapons of financial mass destruction in 2002, and then 2008 the financial crash happened, right? He also called Bitcoin a rat poison was a better investment as well, but that's okay. That's okay, Buffy boy. We still love you. He says he does. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. It's interesting how some people can talk trash on Bitcoin, and the community still really likes them, just because we know why you don't like it, and that's okay. You stick to your physical assets. That's fine with us. Anyways, but yeah, that's it, you guys. Bitcoin's my number one, I guess, but Ethereum would be my number one. Polkadot my number two. Polkadot and Chainlink, though, both, holy moly, these are my two favorite ones. Cardano and Synthetics, I'm kind of holding on to them in 2021, and I'm seeing. But the nice thing is you can get all of these on one application, and if you go, they're in my link, there's somewhere where I have a crypto.com reference link, and if you did get that, we both get $25. So if you want to use it, you can. But I would sign up for it, and then if you have any friends, have them use your referral, because it's kind of a cool way to earn free crypto, right? And I just met someone who bought Bitcoin, spent $1,500 on some shady exchange, and I was just like, it was like Baba. No, it wasn't it reminded me of Alibaba, however it was, but I was just like, I don't know, you just put your credit card number in and hit purchase? Did someone tell you that? They're like, no, I just Googled buy Bitcoin and clicked the link. Anyways, so crypto.com, it's you can't really trust fully any exchange, but of the exchanges, it's a more trustworthy one, I guess. It's the main exchange I use, although I keep most of my funds offline. We'll get into that later. But yeah, I think these projects will do really well, right? By the way, Polkadot, right? $4 to 18. Chainlink. Now I haven't posted that in my Twitter because I have had Chainlink since it was $4 as well, right? $3, $4, $5. I can't remember. I think it was $4 actually. And that was a year ago, or about a year ago. And then Cardano's not on my list because I've held Cardano since 2018, since it was 2 cents or something, I believe. And then the new ones, synthetics, I just recently added maybe 8 months ago or something. This also isn't on my list because I added it before the 6 month before I added that 6 months ago. But geez, can you guys like? I'm just like, I'm so used to just like, I'll throw like $200-300 in it, and it's like, oh cool, that turned in like $5,000, dude. If I would have thrown like $8,000 into that, and you start throwing life-changing money, you know. But anyways, now let's talk about that, by the way, because I do gamble quite a bit heavily in high risk, and I do. Sometimes I'll throw $1,000 into a project and bye-bye, you know. But I don't talk about those projects very much because I'm nervous about people losing their money. So the projects I normally talk about are very solid. But let's kind of go over the projects I do really like. So Energy Web Token's one of them. They help with, you know, monitoring energy and helping with energy consumption. Steve Wozniak also has a WozX, I believe is the ticker. He also has a coin. I'm very interested. I haven't purchased it yet, but I probably am, just because Steve Wozniak's name's on it. And they seem to do the same thing as Energy Web, except they don't have the partnerships. But again, Steve Wozniak, like, it's one of those I'm gonna throw like $200 in, and it's gonna turn into like a 10x over, you know. And then I'm gonna be like, oh crap, I wish I threw more in. But I don't know. I actually don't have that right now. So again, but that's one that you don't know. Who knows? Let's just try it. There's 6,000 companies just on, you know, on multiple exchanges that CoinGecko follows. So there's just a lot of projects out there. Sora is one of the ones that I talked about this at $8, at $11. Geez, I wish I would have. And actually, this gives me a bad taste. If you guys don't know, I was hacked, and this wallet was the one that was hacked, and I had a couple few hundred tokens. All right, let's leave it at that. Devastating amount of tokens. That's okay though. You live, you learn. Anyways, Ocean Protocol, again, when we talk about this, I mean, I finally mentioned it up here. Let's see, what was it? 21. It's only done 2x, a little over. Kusama though, we were talking about that way before. $10. I think it was at the $4 or $5 range. So I guess not way before, but it took a while to get to that 4 or 5 to 10 range, but still, right? Kusama. It's now 103. It was at 120.30 the other day. Chain X, we talked about that, like $2. Luxo, we talked about that, about $1. Darwinia, about 6 cents. XDAI, about $11, $8. I don't know. Parsec at 40 cents. This is all in the last 6 months. YFL at 400, not much, right? XRadix at 6 cents a couple weeks ago. McGrath at 40 cents a couple weeks ago. Fala a couple days ago. It was around this price. I can't remember. But anyways, all of those I posted on my Twitter. And the more solid ones I try to post on here. But I also dabble pretty heavily in other ones, and I may make a new thread. So yeah. Yeah, so those micro caps, those are the ones I would recommend. Those ones I just flew through. Now, if you go to CoinGecko, you can just go down to the markets, and it'll tell you everywhere that you can get your coin. And I normally use Uniswap for everything, just because there's no KYC. You can just create a wallet with MetaMask.io, then go to Uniswap.org. Make sure you go to only those two: MetaMask.io, Uniswap.org. You don't want to get phished. I bookmark them, and I don't even, because you could mistype one click little word and someone could phish you, and there goes your wallet. So yeah, make sure you bookmark them and don't get screwed over. But anyways, that's how I look up all these coins, but most all of them are on Uniswap. Let's see, actually not this one, right? Oh, it is. So people can create synthetic pairs. That's why synthetic assets you can put Bitcoin on Ethereum with synthetics, by the way. But yeah, now, and just because I want to talk about Luxo, hold on, Kava, nice. Yeah, I like Kava. Did you see the Luxo and the XOR pumps? Yeah, I did, dude. So I still have some XOR just so I don't feel super bad when it pumps. You know, not as much as I did before, but still a good enough chunk, I guess. But Luxo I'm super excited about, and I actually posted at like $1.06, and then I got heavy bags at 60 cents. So I'm very, very happy with that price. Doesn't show that much, but look, it's because of the year. But geez, I wish I got into it back here, right? But yeah, we picked up a bunch of healthy bags in here. But yeah, if you don't know about Luxo, you should go to my YouTube video and look at my Luxo video. I'm very, very bullish on it. A guy by the name of Fabian Vogesteller and his wife, Marjorie Hernandez, started this project. Marjorie was in the fashion business, and obviously Fabian helped create Ethereum. He actually created the ERC20 token, which created the 2017 bull run, and he actually created this reversible ICO as well as the ICO. But this reversible ICO is like the ICO, except it allows you to take money out, for those who know what that is. But anyways, this ends in like February, and then this project officially launches. And this is going to be like Ethereum, but for NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And if you don't know what NFTs are, you can go into my YouTube channel, and I have a video talking about what NFTs are and my favorite NFT projects. But I'm very bullish on NFTs, and this project is going to do phenomenal. And the nice thing is this is in the millions, all right? I think the market caps probably will show like 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12 million, something like that. It's probably closer to the 100 to 200 million once the fully diluted market cap is taken into consideration with the RICO tokens, but we'll see what happens in February. But let's say it is a $200 million market cap though. Let's look at everyone who is involved with Ethereum. Ethereum is a $159 billion market cap. Vitalik Buterin, right? Another Ethereum coder. Gosh, why am I blanking on his name? Gavin Wood. Oh my gosh, I have too many names. I'm just being stupid right now. Polkadot creator Gavin Wood. Jeez. As soon as I typed in. So Gavin Wood created Polkadot. Oh, Polkadot's a $17 billion market cap. Charles Hoskins, who helped create Ethereum, went and created Cardano. It's a $10 billion market cap. And then Fabian Vogesteller created Luxo, who was also on Ethereum. And Luxo is like a 200 million, right? So I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for NFTs. It's going to be an NFT platform. So yeah, when it comes to the alts, I'm very bullish on wherever Luxo went. Oh, I just clicked on this. Anyways, but you can get it on Uniswap now, which is awesome. So if you don't know how to use Uniswap, you go into my YouTube channel, and I have a video on how to use Uniswap. In fact, I show you how to take money from your bank account and put it on crypto.com, and then take it from crypto.com and put it on Uniswap and make a trade. I tell you how to do all that and make a trade on your MetaMask wallet. So hopefully that tutorial will help. But again, this is like next level stuff when you get into stuff like this. But again, you know, you want 100x gains, you're going to have to learn how to use Uniswap, right? Not saying that you're going to make those 100x, but I promise that's where the most 100x gain coins are going to be on Uniswap exchange. So you learn how to use it. They're not going to be on Binance, on KuCoin, on crypto.com, the app we're talking about today. You know, I think these apps we're talking about today were 10x. That's my low estimate, I'm hoping anyways. And they've already, you know, Chainlink, like I said, Chainlink's at $4, it's at 25, right? But even from 25, I think a $50 to $100 at the end of the year is reasonable. Cardano, you know, a couple bucks is reasonable. You know, Synthetics in the 50 range is very reasonable, I think. Polkadot in the 50 to 100 range is, I think, reasonable. Ethereum 2 to 3xing, I think, is reasonable, right? And in stocks, that would be significant. And if Ethereum only got to 2x and only broke like 2400, 2600, I'd be like very disappointed. I'm expecting more, but again, I got to be responsible because this is definitely gambling. Dang, I'm way late. I gotta go, but I think, by the way, I do want to talk about, let me just fly through the news real quick and talk about why I'm a little bit bullish. Even though in the short term, crypto can go down, this little chart right here shows Bitcoin going on exchanges and off exchanges, right? So as you see, a lot more Bitcoin is taken off exchanges than being put on since 2020, since the inflation started happening and the currency being printed. So I think people are waking up. So whatever happens short terms, I think it's whales just manipulating, and we could end up having a 3-month bear market before we continue to go over 40,000. That's what happened in 2017. Took 3 months before it went over 1,000, dipped down, went over 1,000 again, then obviously went to 20K, right? So not saying we're gonna 20x, you know, that would be crazy if we 20x. That would be we'd reach the market cap of gold essentially, right? And it'd be a $500,000 Bitcoin at that point. BlackRock is getting into Bitcoin. That should be huge, and they're getting into the derivative market as well, which could be huge into Bitcoin. Not for the short term, but maybe in like quite a few months, and maybe later on this year when these things actually get launched, but taken against regular financial world, putting it on crypto. Don't you want to get in the crypto action in the very beginning, right when it's put into the crypto world, right? That's when the gains are made, right? Not in 10 years once the markets are established, but it's a lot riskier. So this is not financial advice, but where are you at? You know, are you anyways, again, Janet Yellen, by the way, is the new Secretary of Treasury. She's not nominated. She is the new Secretary of Treasury. And it's funny, she talked trash on Bitcoin all through her life, and recently she started talking about the potential of Bitcoin. So oh, there we go. I think it's important that we consider the benefits of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets and the potential that we have on the importance of the efficiency of the financial systems. She's always talked about, and by the way, like 2 days before this, she talked about how Bitcoin was pretty much used for terrorism and illicit, I don't know what she said, something like that, for illegal crap. But yeah, Steve Mnuchin is no longer in the Secretary of Treasury. It's now Janet Yellen. So these next 4 years are going to be a little interesting, right? And then, oh, this is big. Biden ended up freezing. So they were going to mandatorily create a KYC wallet to be put in between. So forcing like another transaction to be taken place. And it was just caused a lot of problems. And by the way, there's decentralized exchanges like Uniswap. So people, I feel like it's just the current financial markets don't understand what decentralized means. That word doesn't just mean it's something run on a bit. Anyways, so yeah, this needed to be rethought for sure, because it didn't make sense. You guys need to understand what crypto is and how Bitcoin works and how decentralization works and what that word actually means, instead of just like throwing it out as hype, right? Because the KYC wallet in between just, it would put our country, I understand what they're doing, and there's better ways of doing it, I guess is what I'm saying. And this is interesting. Jim Cramer tells the guy who won the $371 million Powerball to put 5% in Bitcoin. So, and then I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about was, oh, you know what? Actually, the last micro cap, since you brought that up, I do want to talk about the Fala network. And it just recently dropped back down to the price that I got in at. This is a privacy token that's put on the Polkadot network, but it's interesting how it works, because it's actually like decentralized privacy token built. I like Monero a lot, but after learning about Fala, I'm like, whoa, this is the only coin I've ever liked outside of, yeah, there's Zcash and whatever anyways, but I was like kind of a Monero boy, and now I'm like, oh, Fala, look at you, you sexy little coin, you. But again, risky, so you make sure you understand that. But yeah, last thing I want to talk about is Michael Saylor. He was the one at the very beginning of the video, but he's doing a meeting with a bunch of people in February, conference or whatever. February 3rd. Wait, is it February 3rd? Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So and he's getting a bunch of corporations together and explain how because he dropped over $1 billion in Bitcoin. Essentially, his books are now off of the United States dollar. It's now on Bitcoin. And every dollar he makes, he just makes it into Bitcoin, and he transacts the Bitcoin now because he sees it as a better store of value than the United States dollar, because the United States dollar, as you guys know, like, it lost not just 5%, you know, it lost close to 15% just last year. Just last year alone, they think. So, geez, hyperinflating the currency much. So at any rate, I think after this, a lot of companies might be making some big moves in February. So who knows? Even Elon Musk said, is it even possible to buy over $1 billion of Bitcoin? Because he didn't, you know, so Michael Saylor and him are talking about it, which is interesting. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna end the stream on that. I gotta go to some friend's house. I was supposed to leave 26 minutes ago, so